Robert pulls into the parking lot at 6:14 on a Tuesday. He makes $52,000 a year. He needs exactly 4 things: milk, chicken breast, rice, and dish soap. He figures he'll be out in 10 minutes. He grabs a cart by the entrance and walks in. The first thing he smells is fresh bread. The bakery's right there, 6 feet from the door. Warm, golden loaves stacked behind glass. He doesn't need bread. He grabs a baguette anyway. It's only $2.49. The produce section wraps around the entrance like a welcome mat. Cool mist on bright green lettuce. Strawberries stacked in neat rows under soft white light. He picks up a container. Not on the list, but they look perfect. He keeps walking. The milk is in the back of the store. So is the chicken. So is the rice. By the time Robert reaches the first item on his actual list, he's walked past over 1,000 products. His cart already has 5 things in it. His list still says 4. Robert isn't making bad decisions. He's walking through a system that was built to make those decisions for him. That bakery by the entrance isn't there for convenience. It's there because of a strategy the grocery industry has used since the early 1990s. Fresh-baked bread triggers what food scientists call appetite appeal. Your brain smells it, releases a small hit of dopamine, and suddenly you're browsing instead of hunting. You walked in with a mission. Now you're exploring. That one shift is worth billions to the industry. And the layout isn't random either. Herb Sorensen is a retail scientist who's tracked shopper behavior using in-store cameras and path-tracking technology for over 3 decades. His research showed something most shoppers never think about. Grocery stores place essentials like milk, eggs, and bread as far from the entrance as possible. The logic is simple. You have to buy milk. You don't have to buy strawberries. But if the strawberries sit between you and the milk, a predictable percentage of shoppers will grab them every time. That's not a guess. It's measured down to the inch. Sorensen's data showed the average shopper passes 300 to 400 products per minute inside a grocery store. Each product is a chance for an unplanned purchase, and the industry doesn't call them impulse buys. Internally, they call them in-store decisions. That phrase matters. It makes the spending sound like your idea. Robert is halfway through the store now. He's already forgotten he came in for 4 things. He's just shopping. Here's where it gets deeper. The products Robert sees at eye level aren't there because they're best sellers. They're there because the brand paid for that position. The grocery industry calls this a slotting fee. A food company wants its new cereal on the shelf at a major chain. Before a single box is stocked, the company pays the store for placement. That fee can range from $25,000 to over $250,000 per product per retail chain. The FTC published a report on this practice in 2003. Those fees have only climbed since. The most valuable shelf position is 48 to 67 inches off the ground. That's adult eye level. Products placed there sell up to 35% more than the exact same product on a lower shelf. That's not about quality. It's about geometry. Your eyes land there first, and the brands that can afford the fee get the spot. The brands that can't end up at your ankles. This is why store brand pasta sits on the bottom shelf while the $4.79 name brand stares you in the face. Robert doesn't know any of this. He just grabs the one he sees first. Now multiply that by every aisle in the store. The cereal aisle alone can generate millions in slotting revenue. But the shelf is only one layer. The pricing is engineered too. Robert sees chicken breast at $5.99 a pound. His brain reads that as $5, not 6, 5. This is called the left digit effect. Researchers Manoj Thomas and Vicky Morwitz studied it at Cornell and NYU. They found that shoppers perceive $2.99 and $3 as meaningfully different prices. The actual difference is 1 cent, but your brain anchors to the first digit it sees. The industry has known this for decades. That's why nearly every price in the store ends in 99 or 0.49. 1 penny of engineering that changes how you evaluate every product on every shelf. Now add the music. In 1982, researcher Ronald Milliman published a study in the Journal of Marketing. He tested what happens when grocery stores change the tempo of background music. Slow music made shoppers move slower. They spent more time in the aisles, and their total spending increased by 38%. That number is staggering, not because they needed more, because they lingered longer. More time means more products seen. More products seen means more unplanned purchases. The stores didn't bury this research, they implemented it. Walk into most grocery stores today and the music is slow, calm, almost forgettable. That's the point. Now add the cart itself. The shopping cart was invented in 1937 by Sylvan Goldman, a grocery store owner in Oklahoma City. His reason was blunt. People stopped buying when their handbaskets got heavy. A cart on wheels removed that limit. Today's carts are bigger than ever. Marketing consultant Martin Lindstrom documented tests showing that doubling cart size led shoppers to buy roughly 40% more. A bigger cart makes your 10 items look like nothing, so you keep adding. Now let's go back to Robert. He walked in for milk, chicken, rice, and dish soap. Those 4 items would have cost him $14.53. He's standing at the register now. His total is $21.32. That's 47% more than he planned to spend. $6.79 over budget. It doesn't sound like much, but Robert shops twice a week. That's roughly $700 a year in purchases he never intended to make. The American grocery industry generates over $850 billion annually. The portion of that driven by store design, shelf placement, and pricing psychology is not a rounding error. It's the business model. The smell, the layout, the shelf height, the pricing, the music, the cart, none of it is neutral. All of it was tested, optimized, and installed to do one thing: get you to buy more than you came for. Now that you can see the system, here's how you stop feeding it. Defense 1. Make your list by aisle. Most grocery chains post their store layout online or in an app. Organize your list to match the aisles you actually need. Walk only those aisles and skip everything else. This eliminates most of the product exposure the store is counting on. Fewer products seen, fewer unplanned purchases. Defense 2. Look down. The cheapest options are almost always on the bottom shelf. Store brands sit low because they didn't pay slotting fees. In many cases, the store brand is made in the same factory as the name brand above it. Same product, lower shelf, lower price. Robert starts checking the bottom shelf first and saves over $15 a week. Defense 3. Grab a basket instead of a cart. If your list has fewer than 10 items, carry a basket. The weight in your hands tells your brain you're accumulating. A cart hides that signal completely. Your arms are a better budget tool than your willpower. Defense 4. Round every price up in your head. When you see $4.99, say $5. When you see $2.49, say $2.50. This neutralizes the left digit effect in about 2 seconds. These aren't magic fixes. Billion-dollar systems don't disappear because you read a list of tips. But these moves take the information advantage away from the store and hand it back to you. Robert is back at the same store the following Tuesday. Same parking lot, same 614. He walks past the bakery. He can still smell the bread, but now he knows why it's there. He pulls out his phone, checks his list, and walks straight to aisle 7. He doesn't browse. He doesn't wander. He gets his 4 items and walks out. His total is $14.53. Nobody sat Robert down and taught him to overspend at the grocery store. Nobody had to. The store was built to teach him without him noticing. Every smell, every shelf, every price tag was a quiet instruction, and until last week he followed every single one. The next time you walk through those sliding doors, look around. The warm bread, the bright strawberries, the long walk to the milk. All of it was set up before you got there. The only question is whether you walk the path they designed or your own.